Taking no shorts. Coming right up.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.
Well, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. One more again. Hello, world. Welcome to Taking No Shorts podcast, episode 123. I am your host, Jay Grizzy Green.
Exactly.
AKA Mr. Leave No Meat on the Bone. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, of course, anywhere where you find your favorite podcast. Also, every Friday around this time, you can catch the live stream at the following streaming channels. That's Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, all at Taking No Shorts Pod. That's spelled TAKINPOD. It's at the Chiron at the bottom. There's a lot to spell. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Let's give a round of applause for a new year. If you made it on another side of a revolution or a revolution around the sun, let's give yourself a round of applause. It's only one star. I just wanted to, in case you felt like you were special, it's only one star, which is our star. It is a special star because it's ours, but it's only one of probably infinite amount of stars in the universe that is still expanding. But if you want to feel special with me,
That nigga's tripping.
welcome. Thank you. Don't feel minute. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Happy New Year here at Taking No Shorts podcast. I want to let everybody know how to what we're going to get into tonight, because I honestly, it's going to be a hodgepodge and a smorgasbord of all kinds of shit tonight, because I was on the fence by even putting out an episode because it's the holidays, or at least it's the tail end of the holidays. And so I don't know how folks, with their social media behaviors, what they do on the day after New Year's. Because I know I was on the fence, for real. I was just like, should I cuss? I even told my wife. I was just like, she could care less. She was just like, do what you want to do. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do so, because I got a lot of stuff I got takes on that I ain't taking no shorts with, you dig?
Exactly.
Shout out to everybody that was on my social media over the holidays. Like, share, and subscribe, and shout out to all the guests that came through in 2025. I appreciate you guys for taking part in Taking No Shorts podcast. Just a quick review, because I know the listener audience could give two kumquats about it. But during 2025, I went over the 100 episode mark. So a round of applause for me for that. We're going to get a lot of applause for me. If you don't pat yourself on the back, who the fuck will? You dig? Like, you gotta, it can't be fake love. You can't give fake love to yourself. But nonetheless, it was a big accomplishment for me, because when I started out Taking No Shorts, honestly, it was a healing thing. It was to heal off of the transition of my mom, and I just wanted to just tell the world, like, this is what I wanted to do in the beginning of Taking No Shorts podcast. And a homegirl of mine, I remember telling her, our first was going to be a genealogy podcast, because I was on that journey of like a Skip Gates. So if y'all don't know who Skip Gates is, he is a historian from Harvard. He's the guy that got in trouble. Well, he didn't get in trouble, really. They was messing with him. The police was messing with him, but he was walking into his own house in Boston. He's a Harvard professor emeritus, like, meaning like he got tenure like He could be a professor at Harvard forever if he wanted to, if I got that understanding correctly. But he was walking into his own house back in the 2009, 2010, and the police in Boston or where's Harvard, Charlestown or whatever, fucking I don't know, but up that way. And somebody said that a black man was breaking. He got caught. The police got caught. Listen, I can't even. Now I'm tongue tied even thinking about it. Here it is, 15, 16 years later. He got arrested for walking in his own house, and that was in 2009 or 10. You know, so
A bullshit?
anyway, Skip Gates there has a show on PBS, and one of his works. I mean, I'm sure he works with a bunch of other groups, but Finding Your Roots, and it's a whole. I think it's because of the technology. Every time now, you can now go back and find your ancestry. Back in the day, you really couldn't, based off of word of mouth or what was put in the Bible or old Bible or whatever records you could scrounge up. But the technology has gotten so much advanced now, just with you could spit in a tube and give it to some Mormons, and they will have all the information on you and your bloodline that goes back to the founding of the country. Isn't that amazing?
Exactly.
you know. Anyway, I was on that tip, and I was finding out stuff, getting stuff from my elder. Shout out to my Aunt Gladys. I went to her house. She was at the time the matriarch of all the, everybody has somebody in the family that's got, like, how can I say, the goods. She know where all the bodies are buried. She knows all the family secrets and all the oohs and the ahs, all the gossip and all that. But back, I think that was 2013, 14 when I went to go see Aunt Gladys. And wasn't much gossip. It was more like, because Aunt Gladys at the time, and God rest her soul, her and my mom transitioned in the same year, 2021, weeks apart, I think, if I could remember. And but she was just matter of fact at that point. I think the older you get, and this is I'm gonna get into some Gen X and some Black Gen X a lot, being that it's a new year and we done again turned another rotation. And that kind of put a lot of stuff in perspective for folks. But Aunt Gladys was dropping gems, and then I got my Aunt Debbie. Shout out to Aunt Debbie Lou.
Exactly.
I call her Debbie Lou. They call her Babu, but Debbie Lou. And to let everybody know, y'all seen Debbie Lou on podcast, probably, I want to say episode 60s, 50s, somewhere around there. You can go back in the archives, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. But my mom's sister, she also has that, like, she got somebody gave it, Gladys probably gave her the skinny, and then, she's passed on. So now she is the one that's got the family historian, is basically what I'm saying. And it was just so fascinating to me. I was like, I want to do a podcast about it. But I was just like, who gonna give a hoot about my familial history? And I got off of that because I was like, that's only going to run. First, it was going to take a lot of work to get family to come on the podcast. I remember I asked my sister, I said, sister, come do the podcast. She looked at me, well, don't nobody want to, and that's it. She was like, don't nobody want a trauma bond. And she was like, we're not going to talk about our old, sister, you said this too.
Exactly.
She said, all you're going to do is talk about, I want to put the address out there because the house now got sold through gentrification for, like, I want to say it was $500,000. But back in the 80s, early 80s, the Reagan years, I want to say between 80 and 85, that place was rat, roach, infested, hole in walls. So anyway, my sister was like, I don't want to talk about, all that old bad shit, in essence, I don't want to do no trauma bonding on the podcast. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I get it, but it wasn't, to me, it's not trauma bonding. It's just I'm cutting down I don't know if y'all TV's timeout, and then it goes. If you got a smart TV, it'll give you a screensaver. And then I got music, soaring music that's playing. I had to cut that down. It's on the other side of the camera. But sis was like, I don't want to do that shit. I was just like, okay, so it's hard. It's hard to get family to come online in front of the world and talk about family stuff. I can't. I think I don't even think I think I got my wife on like once, and she said hi and then bye. she's just not. She's just not. She's just not that. But anyway, that's what it wanted. That's what taking those shorts started. I wanted it to start out, but then I was just like, that's not gonna work. It's gonna take a lot of work to make that happen. So it's just like focus on me, my friends, the people I knew from when I was doing stand up comedy back 15 to damn. It's not even 15 years ago. My first night going up was 05. So that's 21 years ago. And let's be clear to the world. So comics in Richmond or people that might see this would be like, I don't remember seeing it. Look, I was not one of those cats that was hitting mics regular. I was here and there. And then because I was a bringer, because I bring a lot of people, I did my shows at the main spot here in town and did my mics here and there, and then I got up out of there. So let's just say that. But yeah, man, I've been having so much fun doing it, and then it has morphed. I was looking back at, and this is just a reminiscing now, being that we're in the new year, I'm reminiscing about my podcast. And I'll get into the right. So to let y'all know, we're gonna talk about tonight because I see some folks online right now. So let me know how y'all feel about this. If y'all gonna hang around with me, I'm gonna get into it real soon. How would you react if the internet or your social media went down? Think about it. How would you react to that? Y'all can remember if you woke up one morning, probably over the last 5 years, and your social media was acting up because somebody got hacked, they got a virus, or went down. It did something to you.
Exactly.
You felt some kind of way.
A bullshit?
And
A bullshit?
that's what you were saying. That's what you were saying. That's what you were saying. But you know, how would you react now if you couldn't get to your TikTok? Because they didn't almost made us feel obligated to use the shit now. Here I am. Also, we're gonna get in tonight. I'm gonna review. I saw the Dave Chappelle Netflix special today. As a matter of fact, it's been out probably for like a week and a half, I think. I'm gonna do a dad holiday gift review, and then just some Gen X and here as a Black Gen Xer reflecting on where we are today in 2026. So let me get back to that reflecting of 2025. So some of the great guests and friends that I've had on here taking those shorts. I did a montage the best I could. If I left any guest of taking those shorts podcast out in my social media montage that I put up a couple of days ago, I want to say it was New Year's Eve or day before New Year's or 30th or whatever. Charge it to my brain and not my heart. I had so much stuff on external hard drives and stuff I had to pull and clip, and this is a one-man operation. So let me first give a big shout out to my homeboy 804E and give a round of applause for E. Woo, God. When I tell you it's a lot of work to do edits, people don't understand. Honestly, the audience don't give a fuck, but people don't understand what it takes not just to put on a production such as this. They think it's easy. It's not. And people that are content creators that are dedicated to it on a regular basis, I salute you. Hats off to you for doing it. I'm sure there's a smarter way. I think I've gotten the smarter way of doing things now. As towards the back half of 2025, I started picking up some ins and outs of it, and I've gotten better. But it would not have happened if 804E didn't put me on some game when it came to this production, this videography, and this sound stuff. So thank you, E. I appreciate you, brother, for hooking me up, man. Also the guests. All right, so man, I've had, first of all, homeboy Marcus J. Let me give him exactly.
Exactly.
He hates the exactly. I'm gonna give it to him anyway. Marcus J. Anytime the bat signal went out, he came through. So Marcus J., if y'all don't know, is the founder of Legacy Internet Radio. They're archived now, but we've been politicking to get him back out in this podcasting space because he was so good at what he did when he was doing it. Legacy Internet Radio has a long line of alumni, me included, of podcast hosts and personalities that was in this game before it really blew up right around I say podcasting really blew up around COVID because everybody was in the house and needed shit to do, creating content, But Legacy Internet Radio, back in 2013, to be clear, was around before this content boom. So shout out to Marcus J. Anytime that went out, the bat signal went out. He came through, and as always, I am the Shawn Michaels to his Bret Hart. That's a wrestling reference. Shout out to B. B is my college roommate, 1/4 of the original Four Horsemen back in the early 90s when I was attending VCU. He is also the world television champ. And I ain't going to say a bunch of other things that B is, but B is one good MFing friend, man. So every time I call B, B comes through. I thank you, B, for being my friend first and then coming through. And B was out here on the ground floor of Taking Those Shorts podcast. He was here before episode 1 came out. And so I love you, B. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I know you're going to come back down here. Let's go ahead and give another shout. I'm getting all this out early so I can get to the rest of the podcast. So y'all can let me know how y'all feel about what y'all going to do when if and when the internet or your social media go down. Because I think if y'all was to say it in the comments, like how you really would feel, I challenge you to tell me how you would react if the social media, all your phone did was text. All your phone did was what those flip phones used to do back in the day. You could text, and you could get a call. You could read an email. You couldn't go online and see shit. You couldn't go on no social media. You couldn't post no pictures. The best you could do was you could download a ringtone of everybody getting a club getting tips. What is or I'm trying. Oh, yo, I remember my wife. I'm in the confines of my office, but I remember when I met my wife. This dates it, but she had a ringtone of Cassie of Me and You. I think that's the name of the song. Matter of fact, just me and you. Now I've been waiting. Think I'm going. That's I don't even know when that song came out. It had to been 05, 06, so between 04 and 06, because that's me and my wife was dating. And I remember she had that ringtone for me when I called. Lord knows now what that ringtone would mean, because I think Cass is a billionaire now, but she paid for it literally. I'm like, the jokes don't need to be said. But what y'all gonna do? It can happen. I know what Gen Xers is gonna do because we lived in a world before all of this, and honestly, it would be a huge favor to me and just to me. I'm not going to say it to nobody else, but I'm looking over here for the comments because I'll please get y'all in these comments. These bots, I swear to God, on YouTube is crazy because they'll come in. All right, I can't even believe I'm giving those dudes the time, or ladies the time, the bots the time. Let me get back to my point. What y'all gonna do when that internet go down? Because it might. It could go out. My shit could go dark right now. You better hope you got a what do you call it? Scroll that. Let me Get that out of here. Save show. Sometimes I'm looking at the camera on and stuff because I can see the stats over here. And it's fucking me up because when I live stream, it's all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes that y'all don't see and pretty much don't care. But it be some people that be out here wilding anyway and getting me off my square. What would people do if the internet went out? What were you doing before social media when you were doing when you were in the bathroom handling your business? What were you doing before you could pull out your phone, your legs get weak, and minutes go by of I never understood that. How people go in the bathroom and just lose track of time. Like my body's constitution never worked like that. It was always I was always one of those excuses. I mean, I was trying to be as camera friendly as possible when talking about this, but I was always in that handle your business and out of that. Like I never sat. Thank God everything ran smoothly for me.
Exactly.
But I never sat in the bathroom for like all this time. Hours. I know folks that do an hour in the bathroom for at one time. I don't know what's be I don't know what be going on. Y'all gotta let me know in the comments what be going on. Cause I'm open to being educated about what's happened when you spend a lot of time in the bathroom. What's that? Is my wife burning something? All right, is that her signal telling me don't talk about it? I have the slice of that. I'm deleting comments. Hold on. Delete. You know how to say, yeah, delete. And hi, Joey. How you doing, Joey? Let's give Joey a shout out. Nope, Joey's got a bot name. So, and I don't pay for bots. So let me get back to this. I think if the internet going out, at least around here, is almost like earthquake. I don't know if y'all lived in Central Virginia, just south of DMV, just south of DC. Back in 2011, we had a earthquake, and it freaked everybody out. And when stuff like, I think like that's like what happened. It's almost going to be like a blackout, like the 77 New York blackout. If we ever lose social media and the internet, it's going to feel like a blackout. And God forbid the country does what New York did in 77. Hopefully the times have changed now, because back in 77, they, robbed and pillaged. But you can't rob. I mean, you could rob and pillage now if the internet goes out, but you would have to do it on some Bitcoin stealing shit, like some electronic stealing. Yeah, it's. I would be okay, honestly. I would probably pick up a paperback book instead of reading it on Audible. It's not, it's not to say that because I'm a Gen Xer now, I'm anti-technology and don't like all of this new shit that's coming down the pike. I am. Me and my wife was talking the other day. It was like, yo, we got so many devices that distracts us, and just wait when the robots come out. You could get a robot helper to fold your clothes, and some folks are gonna finance that shit.
Exactly.
They're going to find some type of financial instrument for you to finance a robot to clean your house. Think about that. And it's people that have been experiencing life that doesn't know that you can actually do your own laundry or your own dishes or wash your own car. It's a lot of shit you can do, but you rather because the inflation is great. You want to finance something for somebody else to do it. Goes into a bigger question of we're moving into a have and have not society. In the middle is getting squeezed out. You know, it's kind of I don't want to say the word scary because I don't scary. Fear is something I definitely have grown away from. You know, as I've gotten older, you know, I feared less. You know, only because ain't much I ain't seen. I think the more stuff you come across, the less fearful you become. You know, yeah, these motherfuckers. I wish I could know. I'm not saying shit to you. These bots are getting ridiculous. I need a what is it? I am going to guess what? Here, all right, so y'all can hit me up at jgreenradio@gmail.com. You want if you are interested for for a price, we can negotiate to be a what they call God, as I'm getting up there in age, my mind is wandering from a moderator. Yes, thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you. A YouTube moderator for me to keep these bots out. Yeah, they will not. They can all come in, but I'm not going. Yeah, it's just that when they pop up, it's hard to ignore because it could be a legit comment in it. So if this is because I'm on a lot of platforms, but I'm specifically talking about YouTube. If anybody that runs a YouTube stream, can you tell me or advise me at J Green Radio at Taking No Shorts Pod at J Grizzo? How do you get these bots out of your stuff? Because I thought I was doing it, but apparently they getting through, and I don't like that. Let me get back to my topic. And what you gonna do when you can't when your phone ain't working? It's working only for phone calls and texts, but you can't get on the socials. You can't see your favorite. You can't see the gossip. You can't see the trolling. You can't see what all what I see, what you see. The booty shaker. You can't see none of that. You can't doom scroll all day, all night. You can't do none of that. What is you gonna do? Can you function without it? Because the way the media companies, the way, and my wife say, I think this was New Year's Eve. So this was 2 days ago, and I'm here at the in this space, and I was working, and I went up and we was talking, having a conversation. I said, "Oh, that reminds me, I gotta post." She was just like, she looked at me kind of funny. She was just like, "You got you gotta post that you." I said, "Yeah, if you, it's not that if you don't post every day, but you got to put out content, quality content, to keep up to with not just the Joneses, your competition, but whatever you're trying to accomplish." So let me be clear and put this out here in the universe. Jay Grizzly Green, aka Mr. Lee No Meat on the Bone, and host of Taking No Shorts podcast. I'm at my own pace. Okay. I am not trying to win the world or the universe over with me. I'm okay. This is not my only hustle or my only project in life. I'm a husband. I'm a dad. I'm a anyway. I'm a lot of things. So this is to some people. This is they only hustle. This is the only way they know how to get money, and I ain't that guy. I ain't nah. And I think you can tell. Like some people are addicted to fame, and some people are addicted to the hustle. Some people are addicted to money. Like, and neither one of those are that on me. Like I was, and as much as I tried to dip in and out of, maybe because I failed,
Exactly.
maybe because, or not failed, but maybe because I'm not good at it enough yet. But I would never, once I got into the entertainment or the show business game, and I started seeing like what it took to succeed at it, I'm like, oh, y'all some special motherfuckers. Like, yeah, y'all willing to do this, that, and the third, and it's not to be on some Illuminati type shit, but some people are willing to sacrifice a lot of stuff. And the way my life was as a teenage parent, you know, so at 17 is when I had my oldest son, and that was my first priority. Whatever I did, whether it was when we had him, when I moved out of Virginia, when I whatever I did, the first thing I considered was, hey, I got to take care of another human being, my child, and everything that come with it. And then I know people that and I was a kid, but there are people that wasn't even in my position that had kids, and as adults was like, oh, fuck them kids.
Exactly.
Leave the kid over there. I'm going to do this to get my fame, to get my celebrity, to get my fortune, to get the bag or whatever. And the kid is
A bullshit?
like how you live with how you look at yourself in the mirror. I'm not passing. Oh, I guess I am passing judgment, but I couldn't do that. You know, when I got to, if I said to myself, I remember early 2000s. Or no, that's not the early 2000s, late 2000s, right? My son was graduating high school, and I had a gig. I want to say it was Fayetteville. Well, Fayetteville. It was somewhere. It was some country place between here, RVA, and Fayetteville. But it was in North Carolina, and it was on the way. And I could have been like, I could do that, stay there. I'm not doing all that. When I could just enjoy. I mean, so you have a choice. Sometimes it's a choice. Sometimes it's uh, dedication to the craft. Of stand up comedy, and some people got it, and some people. I always just tell people if you don't have if you don't have a family, you don't have kids, by all means, go chase that stand up thing if that's your thing, because Lord knows it's very time consuming. And speaking of that, I'm gonna go ahead and transition. I'll get back to me and these goddamn. Where'd it go? I don't even know where the damn thing go. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find a banner for the. I'm trying to find a banner for the next topic because I had a segue. I had a segue going. Damn, I ain't even hit the audio record. That's how crazy I am tonight. Save. So show. Okay, there we go. I was watching the. I got Netflix. Let me first say I'm probably one of about 3 motherfuckers that ain't into Stranger Things. I know. You know, over the Thanksgiving holiday, we're at my cousin's house and we're sitting around shooting the shit, and they like, we gotta wrap this up because Stranger Things are coming on tonight. I think it was Friday, the Friday of Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving night, or the new season. And I'm like, fuck, where have I been? Well, that's a Rihanna song. Where have you been all my life? where have I been all the Stranger Things life? Like, where was I? Because when I did see like previews and come across my Gen X, eyes about Stranger Things, I thought it was like the Goonies.
Exactly.
Except for it was a sci-fi. It was more of a sci-fi Goonies, and I'm grown out of that. I'm not into that. A bunch of kids doing some sci-fi shit, like some X-Files for kids. I might be wrong. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm okay with that. But that's what I thought it was. And then I think it's been 5 or 6 seasons because I asked my niece at Thanksgiving. I said, I'm one of those people that if I don't catch a series in the first season, I'm probably not going to catch it.
Exactly.
Because if I catch it mid-season, mid like season 3, it's not the same as watching it from y'all can agree or disagree. It's not the same as watching it from season 1, like Sopranos. I'm dating myself, of course. Season 1 to the end. The Wire, season 1 to the end. Curb, season 1 to the end, and that's not even episodic. That's just different. Anyway, I'm not into Stranger Things. I want it to be, and I want to be now because the buzz, everybody's saying like this is season 5 or 6, and this is the last one. Oh, another one of those, Game of Thrones. Not into it. Couldn't be into it.
A bullshit?
I tried to pick it up mid run, like season 6, and then it wrapped up. Like, I don't know when it even wrapped up, but I tried to pick it up, and I just like, I didn't catch it from the beginning, so I can't cheat myself of the experience that everybody else is speaking on. You speaking on it because you done watched it from the inception of the shit. How can I, somebody that, no, not doing it. And by that time, my black ass done missed the whole fucking thing. And it's okay. Now, if I sit back and bake myself and pick some, my life don't work like that, where I could just sit down and binge watch myself 4 seasons or something to catch myself up to something. If y'all do, God forbid, we are cooked.
Exactly.
We are cooked. If people are sitting back, Netflixing and chilling for 5 seasons to catch up on something, it's a lot of production, a lot of brainwaves going to waste. Anyway, I watched Dave Chappelle today. I'll say this. It wasn't his best stand-up, but I don't even, and as I got into stand-up back in 04, 05 as the Chappelle show and Dave Chappelle along with Richard Pryor and the previous greats. But mainly Chappelle's show inspired me because, and then Tony Antoine Scott, by the way,
Exactly.
as well. So let me get Tony his flowers. Inspired, yeah, inspired me to want to be a stand-up comedian back then because I saw people who looked like me that made it look, and that's how good they were even back then. They made it look easy enough for me to say, "Oh, I could do that shit." And I tried and I tried and I tried. But that's like that's how good. That's how you know somebody's good at it. They make you think it looks it looks easy to them. It looks natural, you know. And so, yeah, I'm still a huge Dave Chappelle fan. I think he's a brilliant artist. I don't even call, I mean, he's a comedian, yeah. He tells jokes, but he's like, how can I say, how can I talk about Chappelle? Like, Dave Chappelle is like, what do you call Mark Twain? Because I think he won the Mark Twain Award, which is like, Mark Twain is a 19th century humorist or satirist or essayist or social commentator or raconteur. I'm trying to think of all the words to describe what Dave Chappelle is for this day and age. He is all of that and then some.
Honey.
No, not that one, Westbrook. Let me get back to the right parts on the board. To me, because he is commenting and holding a mirror up and just doing a wonderful job. Because I don't think it's this stand-up special. A lot of his latest stand-up specials, I mean, when you get to his level, in my opinion, and this is just me being a critic, and first of all, I'll take that back. I don't want to be a critic. It's just my opinion. I can have an opinion, goddammit. On my podcast and all of that. Y'all can miss me with that bullshit. Right. Sip drink. Got to stay hydrated. But yeah, he is outside of stand up. He is doing more of a social commentary and then in storytelling with punchlines and laugh lines that can, and this is going to be a little bit in between the weeds or for like the audience, but for stand-up folks or people who study comedy, like you're supposed to get a laugh every, minute, laughs per minute, or, the punches sitting there. But he lays out so much in between his laughs. That's where, like, to hold the audience, and I don't even know if he was at, I call it still the Verizon Center, what's in DC. I don't know where he shot this at. They call it's the Capital One now. Whatever that MC, God, Jesus. I remember when the arena in DC was called the MCI Center.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
That's where you had to pay to call long distance, and that company that was a long distance carrier sponsored the Washington Bullets / Wizards. Technology is God, boy, I tell you. You had to pay. I remember one time I had made a call from my mom's house to somebody out in, all right, so you got to be in the Richmond area to know this. So I made a call to a friend of mine out in Woodlake, Brandermill. Back then, they charged a long distance back in the 90s to call from VCU to Brandermill, Woodlake was long distance back then. It's crazy. Anyway, it wasn't his best stand-up performance, like joke for joke, like a Cat or but he did the social commentary was was spot on. He sprinkled in his jokes. He's Dave Chappelle. He put in his work. He honestly, one of the things from a comedy point of view is to get in front of strangers. This is what I go to therapy for, is to get in front of
Exactly.
to get in front of strangers and just lay out, because for me, one of my things was I would lay out in like I would I never laid out because I had so much nerves, but you would have to be a comic to know that I was nervous because I was just jittery. I was just everywhere and I couldn't stay focused. I was on this, on that, on that. It could have been a bit of my attention deficit. I don't know, but I could not stay in the pocket for shit. Not because I might not have been funny, but I was just like, boom, next joke, boom, next joke, boom, next joke. And I couldn't lay in the material, lay in what I wanted to come out because, hey, I know the light is coming and I'm worried about not going over the light. On top of, I want to get my shit in. And this is a pro wrestling reference. Like there's premises that are unique for me that my ego wants to get out, and the audience could give a fuck. By the time, especially if you're doing an open mic, it's been 12 motherfuckers that went up before you. They didn't nobody checking for that shit. That's why I was like, yo, this shit is whack. I'm out of here. I put up the hashtag. The podcast is comedy adjacent, right?
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, I know about I know all about it, and I know all about stand-up comedy. But I'm just comedy adjacent. So I give respect to stand-up comedians that's out here, whether they open micing, whether they featuring, whether they headlining, whether they trying to get to the bag, trying to big up their name, especially in this social media age. Round of applause for all those guys, right? I want all you guys to win. I want you guys to come on taking those shorts. Kick it with me, whether it's here, whether it's there, whether it's out here, whether expand on your art. I'm a fan, so that's why I'm still in the space. But yeah, man, Chappelle ended it crazy. But I mean, I don't know who. That's another thing. Like, who you writing with? Who's in your circle to a comic? I think I forgot. The Comedy Bible says you got to find like I'm not saying the exact thing, but you got to find a comedy cousin or a comedy buddy, like somebody you in kindred comic spirits with, to bounce shit off of, or to write with. And that's one of the things being I can't say I was antisocial. It's just I don't fuck with it. I just can't fuck with everybody. There's some motherfuckers I think is corny, and some people think I'm corny. So so it's a hard space to be in to find that comedy synergy with anybody. Friendship, that comedy friendship or comedy respect with somebody where y'all can just bounce it off. But whoever's around Chappelle, he has his own greatness, but whoever's around him because I'm sure he ain't doing that shit. But no comic at that level pulls it off by himself. But he's got a good team around him. So, I encourage everybody to watch. It's not his best, but it was good. It was just not his best. He ended it with a weird way, a creative way of being political, but not being political, because in comedy, like, unless you at that level, you really want to stay away from politics because it affects your growth. But he don't give he Dave Chappelle. At the end of the show, he say he rich, bitch. So it's like, he was like, yo, there's gotta be, I'm not even gonna ruin it, but I thought that was brilliant the way he set it up. It wasn't even a joke. It was a joke, but he set it up, he delivered it, and it landed for me anyway. Let me go ahead and get to the tail end of the podcast. Let me know, everybody, in the comments how y'all 2025 was. Who could debate? No, you can't. I'm not even going to ask anybody. And I'm not going to say any regrets because I don't want anybody to be like, I regret this, I regret that. But what are you looking forward to in 2026? And if you're a Gen Xer, meaning you were born between 65 and 80, really 65, 78, because them late 70s, them Zennials are special.
That nigga's tripping.
I saw this post. I saw it a lot online over the last couple of days. But we are now in the second quarter of the 21st century.
Bullshit.
And the first 25 years, I'm going to tell you, if you could go back to the year 2000 or the year 99 going into the year 2000, shout out to Cash Money. The real Cash, I don't know what them niggas doing now, but Cash Money from the 99. Pretty much before 9/11, and think about where you were before 9/11 in life. Do you think the world or the country, your city, your environment, your local, your community has gotten a thumbs up or thumbs down? Has it gotten better, gotten worse? Look, shit done got worse. In the last, we cannot run back the second quarter like the first quarter. If I had to use a sports analogy, you did?
Exactly.
Like we not in halftime. Halftime is we are closer to 2050 than we are to the year 2000. Let that sink in, goddammit.
Talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice, not a game.
Thank you, Bubba Chuck. We are closer to 2050 than we are to the year 2000. So whatever I'm talking about, and it's gonna sound crazy. Whatever I'm talking about now, in regards to how much things have changed since before 9/11 or since 2000, fuck all of that. You need to be thinking about the future. You dig?
Holy Jesus.
You need to be thinking about here into 2050. Because what is happening, and first of all, you can affect, the people, there's people out here that could poo-poo, whether it's social media or not, tell you that shit don't count, you think everything is rigged, conspiracies everywhere, the information age is just full of ignorance, the education system is to shit. So that's how you got every fucking body could get on this platform, even the one that I'm on right now, and spit out and espouse. It can say anything. And if it get traction and get them clicks and get them dollars, where them dollars at? Shout out to Gangsta Boo.
Exactly.
Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Sad story about happening to Gangsta Boo. Look her up, y'all, if y'all don't know who Gangsta Boo is. But you need to be looking to the future. And I'm going to tell you, these cats, and this is not, I try not to be political tonight. I ain't got time for that. I don't want to be. But the cats that's running the show right now, That's what they on. They looking at what the world to you gonna look like in 2050, not how you want it to look like for the years 99 to the 2000.
Exactly.
And so you got to empower yourself. I'm encouraging folks to empower themselves, whether it's in your local community, whether it's for your hood, whether it's for your street, for your block, for your neighborhood, for your state, for your congressman, for anything. I don't give a who. But you gotta, what you gonna do about where we at now and how we can make it better for tomorrow? Because we can't do what we've been doing for the first quarter. It's like a football coach. If you ever played sports or you've been in anything that has a quarter to it, we cannot go back out here and keep doing what we doing. Because if not, we all gonna feel it in some kind of way, shape, or form. I saw somebody's social media. Social media. I wasn't doom scrolling, but there's a flu bug that's out here. I ain't took a flu shot and I don't know how long because I'm one of them cats that after the COVID shots, I'm like, yo, whatever get me, just coming because I can't take no more jabs. I can't. For real, for real. But they like, yo, there's a new strain of the flu that ain't playing out here. And and then it's a stomach virus. I think I had the stomach virus not too long ago. That was crazy. Thank God that was only for like a half a day. But that joint was crazy. You do not want that. But you can live, but this flu virus is out here like I can't. I mean, I sound repetitive, but y'all voted back in these red hatters and mega motherfuckers voted back in a nigga that told y'all to drink bleach when it was a zombie apocalypse happening. What did we? Chappelle said it. He's like, yo. I mean, he put it in a very honest. I'm giving y'all. I'm calling back to his Netflix special because he weaves in the historical record with the times we live in, and me being a history guy, I understood what he was doing. Not too many people know who Jack Johnson is. If you was to tell them today,
Exactly.
in 2026, who Jack Johnson is, the first black heavyweight champion, first black heavyweight champion, and this happened in the early 1900s, 1910, when we were trying to get up out of sharecropping out the South and lynching and all that. He was out here, how Chappelle say, whooping white boys' ass, giving them the business. And if you don't know this, like we got in essence the last 10-15 minutes was we got to get through this, and the only way we're gonna get through this is together. Saw a post. I can't believe that NAZIs are out here in 2026. Like, yeah, they ain't never left. And now they got somebody that's what it is. Your granddaddy was out here and fought them, died, got shot by them, but they now running the country. Crazy times. So I reflect back on 2025, like I'm grateful. I'm thankful. You know, I have no complaints. I'm here. I wake up every morning and my feet touch solid ground and it's not guaranteed. And I give thanks to my creator for that. I give thanks to my loved ones, my family, my friends. You know, we need to walk more in love and light. Like, how does hate and dark win? I know I got Dark Vader and a stormtrooper up there, but goddamn,
Exactly.
that's fiction, niggas. Like that's not real. That's George Lucas writing down some shit and making a movie and millions off of it. It's not real. Y'all done made it real. We are closer to 2050 than we are than to the year 2000. So think about your future, which means if you got children, you think about your kids. You think about the world that's being left to them. You and I are not going to be here forever. As much as that dude that make electric cars is trying and the oligarchs are trying to find some infinite way for you to be around, ain't gonna happen. You can, if you believe that, I got some shares of some bullshit
A bullshit?
to share to sell you. You dig? Like it's not gonna happen. It's like in a Star Wars thing where the new Star Wars way. Well, really, it's not the new. It's the old. Well, it's the new. The old. Well, the prequels. Darth Plagueis, right? Star Wars nerds work and everybody else sit me up. He tricked Darth Vader, who was before Darth Vader, he was Anakin Skywalker. He tricked Anakin, the Emperor. He tricked him by saying, "I can show you how you can get to eternal, or bring back the dead." In essence, and Anakin was like, because Anakin don't know nothing. He just know he loved his lady, and she passed during childbirth. So whatever he could do to get that woman back to him, he'll do it. He'll cut a nigga. He'll do it. But it take a wicked person to warp that. You know, you got to be wicked to warp somebody that's trying to getting back what they loved one. And that's what the emperor did. And so that's all fiction that was written down in a script and they acted that out, right? But except for MAGA believe that shit. They believe that shit. They you know, the National Socialists believe that shit. But it's make believe. And they world will come to a poof, a big poof. I don't know how it's going to end. I just know it's going to end. And I want to be on the right side of it, whether I'm here or my folks is here or not. What else I got? I'm looking over here because I got a lot. What I get for Christmas? And I told one of my neighbors, I said, I'm going to talk about this because I saw them walking their dog. And I was just like, yo, I got dad gifts for Christmas. Now, dads, first of all, I love my Christmas gift from my wife. I told her here's the key to any successful Christmas gift. Me, I'm a person, I like to ask you, what would you like for Christmas? What do you want as a gift? What do you want for the holiday season? So the person, if they know me well enough, they trust that if they say what they want, they're going to get it. And so my wife trusted me enough. And she asked me, I said, well, man, I done wore these house shoes to the nub. Whether it's I done wore them to outside chasing a dog, I done wore them taking out the trash. It ain't got I got holes in the sole. I said, I swear to God, please give me some new. And not only did she give me some new house shoes, but she got me some Tim house shoes. Got that round of applause for that. Let me show everybody. Hold on. Hold on, goddammit. Let me show the word. Let's get a round of applause for my wife, goddammit. Woo, honey. These are the most comfortable. Look, it's the wheat Tims. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. It's the wheat Tim house shoes with the wheat sole on them. My nigga, like when I walk around, I'm floating in this joint. I'm telling you. And so it's not, there's upscale dad gifts you could get for dads out here. Don't settle for the Walmart brand or the I don't even know what the brand, but don't settle for that lesser than shit, nigga. When it comes to the holiday season, when they ask you what you want, say you want some top end dad shit. You dig?
Exactly.
I got it. I was happy with it. Had a great holiday. I looked forward to it because as you get into these Gen X years, man, you don't know what is going to happen. Too many around this time of the season, you see it back in 2025, you used to see all these in memoriams, right? Who done transition in the year. Like that's some depressing shit. And I just for the 2026, and everybody got this is what I'm carrying into the new year, right? What I ain't gonna do, what I is gonna do, what I look forward to, what my goals are, what my bucket list is, shit and all that, right?
Exactly.
I had one thing that I wanted to get off going into the new year. And that's I wanted to celebrate life with my family. I wanted to be present, right? Be present at right here and right now. Whatever happened didn't happen. I can't go back. Whatever has happened, God, whatever. Whew. So I need a preacher here with me. I need a preacher guest or whatever. I know plenty of preachers, so y'all can come up in the comments and let. But what has been done has been done. And there is no time machine to turn that back. But what we can do is if we got around another revolution of the sun, is we could say, hey, I'm present here. I'm here right now. How I think Dusty Rhodes did it as a promo. I'm a big wrestling fan, so
exactly.
That's the Iron Sheik if you didn't know. But Dusty Rhodes did a promo. I want to say it was a Hard Times promo where he said, "I'm reaching out to you." That's how I feel when it comes to like New Year's resolutions and growing middle-aged and being a Gen Xer and seeing folks that you care about and that you love transition. Me and my wife was talking about how it happened yesterday. I went up and down my steps about 5 times, and I got a tri-level, so that's 10 flights of steps, right? I went up 10 flights of steps looking for my earbuds before we retired for the night. And each time I forgot, by the time I got from the office to the upstairs, I forgot what the fuck I was finna do. And that kind of freaked me out. I was just like, what? I know I came up here for some. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that, but now put that on speed and imagine like Big Mama and them is dealing with that. And we got into the conversations about dementia and crazy ways that it went down, crazy roads that conversation went down. But you got to you better enjoy what you got while you got it. Do not take it. My dad said, "Hey man, whatever you do, stay humble." And that is it's an understatement, because it's hard to tell somebody when they trying to come up to stay humble, because that is the antithesis of trying to come up, especially in this social media, in this content creation space. In order for somebody like me to come up, I got to come on here and say some of the most ridiculous shit, the most craziest shit, the most conspiratorial shit, the most falsely lies, I got to say some crazy shit to get y'all to like, share, subscribe, get the content, to get the motion going, whatever, because I don't know. That's what y'all like. Y'all like that sucker shit. It's apparent. It's apparent. And when I'm saying y'all, if you subscribe to the sucker shit, yeah, I'm talking about you.
Exactly.
It's like when I don't know, the real litmus test. I don't want to litmus test people, but the bar. All right, how about this? The bar for realness has definitely changed in the last 25 years. I remember the first time I got on Facebook. It was 2000 and I want to say it was 8. No, 7 or 8. I have to go back and look. It was 2008, and it was on the recommendation of a friend. They said, "Hey, you might want to check out this platform, this thing." When I think I had a Motorola flip phone or a Palm Pilot back in 2008, 2009. And I got on it, Facebook, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, this is just Black Planet.
Exactly.
you know, just for everybody. Didn't use it like that. Didn't put it together and then it exploded. But it morphed into. I started seeing people that I physically knew portraying themselves as something different on Facebook or on social media that I'm like, you not that.
A bullshit?
You not that.
Perfect.
You not that.
I'm a man.
You not that.
Perfect.
I don't went through all of them. Hold on. You not that. Hold on. Let me find another one. You not that. Oh, I got a good one. You not that. They made me make a post I saw on now. Fast forward, that was 2008 or 9. Fast forward to 2026, and I saw a meme. I borrowed it because everybody borrows memes, and then I did some editing to it, and it made me think about Ray Don Chong. Shout out to Ray Don Chong.
Exactly.
If y'all don't know, she was Squeak in The Color Purple, but it was at the juke joint. Harpo, Harpo's juke joint. Oprah Winfrey came in with her date. Oprah and Harpo used to be married. And Squeak came up and said, Harpo, who is this woman? Because she never seen Oprah Winfrey character was. Somebody tell me who was Oprah Winfrey character's name. I'm gonna look it up. And where's my I'm looking up Oprah Winfrey character in the color purple. I'm looking it up offline. Bear with me. I know silence is deadly for a live stream, but Miss, where's the goddamn cast at? Is what I'm looking for. Jesus Christ. So Miss Sophia. Y'all some dirtball motherfuckers. Y'all ain't tell me on the goddamn in the chat. Miss Sophia. Squeak never saw Miss Sophia. And she said, Harpo, who this woman? And that's what I felt like when I saw this person on Facebook back in 2009, 2010, fronting. I said, who are you? Did you could have changed since 3 days before I saw you. I was like, yo, you
Perfect. Bullshit.
Yeah, you a whole
Bullshit.
Yeah. I'm sorry, baby. You're a whole different motherfucker on this internet thing. And that's when I said, oh, this shit is tricky. This is very tricky. Because you can be online and you could be whoever you want to be. Hell, the damn with who you really are. You know, I ain't do no judging or nothing like that. I just say, okay, it just reveals. It's just like I told somebody in the men's store the other day. I said, money just reveals who you are exponentially. Like if you was an asshole, if you got money, you came into money, you're just going to be a bigger asshole. If you're a decent person, regular human, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to make you. If you got a benevolent heart, if you come into say you won the Powerball, that benevolence is going to show based off of how you live your life. Not what you do with your money or your wealth, but how you live your life. And so this social media thing, that's what it does. Like what you do with it is for me, for Jay Grizzy, for Jay Green, host of Taking No Shorts podcast, social media is like what you are if you would have won the lottery. Like you just exacerbate yourself because it's just my interpretation of fake motherfuckers. People can say, "Well, you do Taking No Shorts podcast. You got you're a content creator." I challenge anybody to go through my archives and see anything of Taking No Shorts of Jay Grizzy and Jay Green and me and mine and say that nigga fake or that guy's fake. He's not a real one. He's not who he presents. Especially if you met me in person, like he is not who he say he is. I'm gonna be like, you're a lie.
Holy Jesus.
But there's a lot of people. If you want me to say a name of people and get dirty like that, hit me in the comment at Taking No Shorts Pod at Jay Grizzo at YouTube, Facebook. If you want me to, because you people can be messy. If people are speaking of messy, 50 Cent is messy. A whole mess. Why does 50 Cent? I saw Papoose go at 50 Cent. Now here we go some hip hop. We're on some different shit now here at Taking No Shorts podcast. I can't take a break and then come back because my format is done for whatever I told y'all I was gonna do. So I'm gonna talk about some hood, some gossipy shit. I'm just gonna be doing some other shit right now because the deuce ain't kicking in. and I can kick my camera. I was never a 50 Cent fan in the beginning. In the beginning, I was not. And I don't know if I said this on the air or not. Like I said, like 50 was like, I don't even say he won't whack to me. He was just like, he making a name off of people who already in the game. And he doing the same shit. This was me back in 2003 when the club came out and PIMP and all that, right? I'm like, but you singing just like Ja Rule and them singing. So this is some beef between y'all, but on some music to some hip hop rap fan shit, like you doing the same shit these niggas doing. So what did you? So that's. Let me preface that by saying that's why I wasn't a 50 Cent fan in the beginning. So clips can be made, or somebody can say, well, this guy's shitting on 50 Cent or whatever. I'm just telling you, that's the beginning. Getting older, we going through life. I do what I want to do. 50 is definitely doing what he's want to do because he's a gazillionaire and connected into the show business game and the entertainment game. And he is now, I remember, what's the show on Stars? What's the show on Stars? I don't know, but I only saw the first season. I think I saw 2 seasons of it. Stars, 50 Cent show. Power. All right. I saw the first season and a half of Power. And that was around the same time I was getting this idea or spark to do content creation or doing my podcast deal. And then I ran into some real ones who the way they moved, I don't know. Coming from a square like me who wasn't in the street game, like I was just like, they got some they got some rules and regulations to them. You know, like they just seem like some decent street dudes. You know, and I was just like, I'm gonna fuck with them. Anyway, we get into a podcast. I don't even think I aired it because it might have been recorded audio wise, but it wasn't video out to it. And there might have been some B-roll, but we get in this conversation of Nas, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, or whatever. And one of the gangster niggas was like, yo, 50 is way more. And I had to like, yo, why would he say that? Like, why would a dude like that say something about 50 who came up off of somebody? He came at the time, I was like, 50 came up off of so many motherfuckers. He was just like, no, check this out. And he explained it. I'm not gonna get into the explain. Hopefully I can find the episode or the audio and I'll put it out for y'all. But and then I had to do a double take because he was like, look at what he got his hands into, what he produced, and what he go into his IMDb and see what scripts he got. I mean, what he's like putting out, like movies and TV shows and shit. Fuck all the way how he got that, but once he got in there, he is. So I had changed based off of that argument. I was just like, this guy is out here putting in show business work to build a show business empire. Then remember I was talking about earlier in the podcast tonight, I was talking about I was doing my ancestral journey, doing that ancestral, finding out who I was. I found out that like a third great grandfather on my paternal side is from like the same block, like is 50 Cent's like when 50 Cent's granddad of people moved to Queens, like there's like 151st and 149th Ave or some shit like that. I was like in Jamaica. I was just like, I don't know. That has nothing to do with wild, but I was just like, well, my great granddad was like getting it in the mud in Queens, and this was in the 40s and the 50s. Like to be a black man, and shout out to my cousin chilling out in Florida. Shout out to Walt Evans. Round of applause to you. Salute, cuz. He come from that line, doing it big down in Florida. He is probably a gazillion type black belt. Will fuck you up in a minute, look like. But I don't know, I just started looking at 50 different from not from an artist point of view, but from a how can I say, from a executive, like somebody that's putting people on point of view. And I was like, yeah, he's doing it because how the methods of how he do it, I don't care. But he's making boss ass moves as far as owning his productions and all that through Power. And I think he did, like, I forgot the other one, Raising Canaan, book 2 and 3 could go. Look, I'm looking at it down here. He got Ghost, Raising Canaan, and now it's Power Book 4, Force. He's executive producer on all that shit. Probably, and got his hands silent or not in some other shit. And so for that, from a business point of view, I started respecting him a lot more. But now he back into this whole tit for tat shit with like Mano and Jim and rap, like Mr. Petty. Like, I don't know, 50. You I guess, how can I say this? Because I take that back. Let me stop being a hypocrite. Because I could be petty. And I could be petty for less than what 50 Cent is being petty for. So
That nigga's tripping.
yeah, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Go do your thing, 50. I'm not hating. I'm in your corner, bro. Go do your thing. Fight these haters off. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's my notepad? I'm running out of shit. If that's the case, then let me wrap it up. Oh, wrestling. Yeah, I'm gonna lose a lot of people with this shit. I ain't watch pro wrestling. I shout out to Mark. Mark was like, yo, in the group chat, you can watch John Cena retirement. I watch John Cena retirement. It's not, it don't hit the same. It just don't. It don't, nothing in pro wrestling hits for me. I don't know why. I'm going to be honest. I'll know when I see it that it get me back. But ain't nothing probably since the Final Boss Rock came out for that WrestleMania promo like 3 years ago. Nothing gonna get nothing that shit that. So I don't watch it because everything is going to streaming and pay for streaming and shit like that. But I don't watch it. And when I do catch it in my sphere, like, it's garbage. A couple of cats I rock with, but a couple of cats, not even a couple. Couple of cats is, if I see it, I'm like, oh, okay, he looks like it. But I'm not interested. I'm over. It's a shame to say. That's how pro wrestling has done me. I'm over it. Like, I don't want to be the old guy to say I'm over it. Do I look old? Y'all can hit me in the comments. Am I old? I'm old. I know my nephews, when they get this on TikTok, when I clip it up, they'll be like, Uncle Jay, you old. Well, guess what? That's okay. It means something. I'm saying you got to have a value for it. And I don't think the youngins got value. Or, to be fair, we took the value away from them. We took the value out of it. And we've cheapened it of everything for them. So let's give them value back. Let's make them appreciate, teach them to appreciate some stuff and respect some stuff. Yeah, dude. That's gonna be it for episode 120. What is it? 123? Yeah, it's 123. I ain't I ain't even get a chance to finish my. It's a new year. It's 2026. I've seen a lot of folks on the stream tonight, and I appreciate you. I do. Thank you. Do me a favor. I'm going to do a Dusty Rose promo for a second, if you're interested. We'll reach out to you. Do me a favor. If anything you saw, liked, felt, got into your soul, made you move, daddy. I can't cut a promo like Dusty Rose. Share this podcast. Will be so much wonderful. Give me a like. I'll take it. I just take a like. A like is don't hurt. It don't do you no good or no bad to give me a like. It does you a lot of good, but it doesn't hurt you, is what I'm saying. It hurts you none to just say like. Even better, comment on something. Comment on my dusty plant over here. I got this dusty plant. My wife and my mother-in-law went to one of the home goods places, and I was like, "Oh, I need a fake plant for the set." And they did a wonderful job. Thank you. I love them. I like my plant. I'm setting up tonight, and it's got a dust caked up on the leaf. Y'all can't see it. If you zoom in, you can. But if you're a stickler and a producer like me, the dust on that thing is this caked up, and I got a dust over there, so I got to clean that shit up. Weather permitting, I can go back out into my. Matter of fact, might be next weekend. We might be in the other studio. Right now, we're in the office of Taking No Shorts podcast. This is a feel good stream. Yeah. Man, I wish I could stick around. But look, do me a favor, guys. Like it, share it, subscribe. Tell a friend, share it. It's okay. It's not gonna hurt you. It's nothing wrong with you doing that. It's not. You don't have to vouch for me. I mean, do me a favor. Just share the podcast on your platform and say, I don't vouch for this nigga. Just check it out. I'll do all the explaining after that. I'd be like, they did it because I asked them to. Just put it when you share this podcast, say, I'm doing this not because I like it, but he asked me to, and I'm just a good person.
That nigga's tripping.
I'm just a good person, and I want to share this guy's podcast. And then that way, he don't have to keep doing it. He don't have to keep shilling like this, right? All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up because I got some dinner to eat, and I'm so hungry. I thank you guys. Hey, I hope you guys I hope you get everything that you want in 2026 and beyond. I truly mean what I said earlier in the podcast about, you got to take care of each other, be there for each other. We'll get through this. It's only 2026. We only got a couple more months. Well, that's not a couple more months. Let's say 28, 2.5 years, yeah, we got some months. We got about 3 and 12. It's 36 months. What's time?
That nigga's tripping.
What's time? Depends on where you're at. It's all relative, what Einstein said. It's all relative. I know one thing about time. I ain't going to take no shorts with it. I'm going to live every day of this thing to the fullest, to the best I can do. Think that's what the big guy wants you to do. Live every day around this one star on one rock going around this one star amongst a lot of stars. But because I brought you here, make the most of that. And then share it. And then share it. Spread it out. And that's what Taking No Shorts is all about. It's just here to share it and expose it all for you. You dig? I am your host, Jay Grizzly Green, the host of Taking No Shorts podcast for episode 123. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, bye-bye.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, gift stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding. I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzly.